Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
But who am I?
Sure enough.
Who am I?
Sure enough.
I can't hear you.
Sure enough.
Shogun of Harlem.
I think I got the wrong one, boy. I think I got the wrong one. Let me try that again.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
But who am I?
Sure enough.
Who am I?
Sure enough.
I can't hear you.
Sure enough.
Shogun of Harlem.
Wow, boy, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get ready for the fight night of the evening, and let's get it on, man. To this date, now I can't believe it. I must be bloody. I ain't done this for a while. Yo, what's going on, people? Michael Buffer, bring me in, man.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and let's get ready for EJ Boxing Live.
Yo, what's going on, people? Hope everyone's okay. Finally got it through. I haven't done this for a minute, man. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about the Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. Was it lightweight championship fight? It was a great fight. Controversy. We'll talk about it. For boxing, women's boxing, I've been watching women boxing for a very long time, and women, I think a lot of the women, they've been putting on a very display. But that one there for Katie Taylor, who was the underdog for what she went through and how she came back. Props to her. Amanda Serrano showed that she's the real deal. She could throw punches and bunches, and she definitely throw punches in mean intentions. And she's still the undisputed. I think she's still the undisputed or unified featherweight champion. So you had two different weight classes moving up. The featherweight champion challenging against the lightweight champion, and I think she's fought at that weight before, Amanda Serrano. Yeah. Well, in my opinion, the controversy lays with Jake Paul, who basically feels like Amanda Serrano should have won. There was I think it was round 5, where Katie took a severe beating. You know what I mean? Arguably, it could have been a 10-8 round. She did well to survive. And then she started, and Amanda just took her foot off the pedal and let her back in the fight. I pointed out to someone in my WhatsApp group, I think it was, or the Google Hangout group, that reminded me of De La Hoya and Trinidad. You know what I mean? In the reverse, where Oscar De La Hoya was up and he decided to just put his foot off the pedal against Trinidad, and eventually Trinidad won. And that's what it reminded me of here. Even though Oscar De La didn't get hit as much as Katie Taylor, in the fight it was similar. Amanda Serrano was putting hands on her, bro, and even in the last round she got caught as well, and she just let her foot off the pedal. When I initially scored a bout, I actually scored it a draw. But if you was gonna give a winner, remember again, Katie's the champion. You're more likely gonna lean to her, and that's where the scorecards they did that. They leant towards Katie Taylor. Any controversy? Let's see what Jake Paul has to say. Let me see. I'm sure he says something the night after because he's got his YouTube channel. Let me see what he has to say. A lot of people made videos about it. I haven't made a video about it, like controversy like this before. Robbery. Actually, you know what? I have a poll in the chat. By the way, got a lot of people, interested in women boxing. I've got a lot of women fights that I've done commentary on. Hopefully, you guys could find it out. Alicia, Slickersley's, Ashley's, and people like her. All right, my poll ended, and so I put Amanda Serrano got robbed by Katie Taylor. Who just jumped in? Xavier, is that you, X? What's going on?
What's going on, coach?
What's going on, bro? You want to talk about this thing here, yeah?
I'm here to listen to some wisdom right now.
Wisdom. Did you see the fight on the weekend?
Yeah, of course.
Well, give us your take in it on who you thought won.
I think Serrano wobbled her more times, but Katie was hitting her differently, man. But they was hitting each other differently, but I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you reckon?
Well, I scored it a draw, but you know, when you're a champion, and it's a close fight, usually you kind of lean. Eddie Hearn's the kind of the powerful promoter. Katie Taylor, Island, and stuff like that. I feel like Amanda Serrano, she had to stop her, man. You know what I mean? I know I don't know if you've seen Katie Taylor fight on the undercard of Joshua's fight. I guess it's when Pursuit, whatever. And listen, bro, she was getting her beat, and I swear down, she lost that fight. And she got a win. And there's a couple of fights where it's been close, and she got the decision. So you kind of think like, I don't know if you've seen a Canelo fight. When Canelo's fighting, if it goes to the scorecards, forget it, bro.
No, definitely. That was one of the best women's fights I've seen, though.
Have you seen? But you see, everyone says that. But how many women fights have you seen?
Well, only highlights really, but proper full fight, that one.
Yeah.
But highlights.
Apart from Aya's fight, right? You didn't see it. You didn't see it, though. Did you see it? You didn't see it.
Even, I was downstairs, not downstairs.
You haven't seen it at all, no?
No.
I'll send it to you in a bit. I'll
Yeah,
send it to you a bit. You hold on and have a look at it. Yeah, well, yeah, but everyone says that, yeah, but people don't watch women's fight. But that fight, it was because it was a main event and it was in Madison Square Garden. But let me have a look. Let me see what's going on. But
they won't rematch though.
Yeah, they probably will. Yeah, they probably will.
Well,
because there's no one else. There's no one else for them really to fight. I think Katie will beat her in the rematch though.
Is it?
Yeah, because you know the thing is, Amanda hit her with everything, she withstanded it, and she, you know what I mean. It's like you look at Katie don't hit that hard, but she's a chin and she got good stamina. Like a chin is okay, but a conditioning for her to take them licks, and still to pull off the last couple of rounds. You know that's big, bro. That's big.
Round 5 was the craziest round. That round, mental.
You like that one?
What? That was nuts.
It was lit, innit?
Yeah, it was crazy. It
was one. That's like a marquee woman's fight, right? Yeah. So Jake Paul's can come out and he said it's a robbery. What do you think about that?
Nah, I don't think it was a robbery. I wouldn't say robbery, man. They both put gave it their all. It could have went either way. I'll be honest. It could have went either way, and I just think where Katie's been the champ for so long, and I don't know, and it was in America, so you can't. I don't know who. I don't know. I can't really say it was a robbery. It was in America as well, man.
Yeah, is it where in New York? There's loads of Puerto Ricans. That's where she's from, innit? Loads of Puerto. I thought her husband, Amanda Serrano's husband's the trainer, and to me, I just like when you're in a situation. I don't know if they tell you like when you're in your amateur fights and you hurt someone. Do I need to tell you need to finish him off?
Nah.
I mean, you got a stoppage at the one of our home shows, right? Yeah. Well, you could see it was the writing. You just turned it on, innit? You poured it on and stopped them. See what I'm saying? So I feel like. You can't let people off the hook, man. When you got a chance to stop someone, I think you need to go full ham and just put them in. I think she did it, but I reckon I think she got tired after that 5th round. I thought she thought I don't need to go for it. Let me just coast and beat. That was a big round. Maybe that's what it was.
Serrano does that. She hits hard though, man. Katie was more obviously. She was more chasing Katie not chasing her, but had her on the back foot. But Katie was just picking her off with some shots like fast straights.
Yeah, you're only fighting 2-minute rounds, so you have to, you know what I mean? There's not much in it to get it popping. There's been arguments for people to say to stretch it to either two 12-minute rounds or 3-minute rounds. What do you reckon? What do you think? Do you reckon they should change it?
100%, man. These lot are training just like men. It's not like they're fighting men.
Their body can take that though.
100%. They're training just like men. Like
I don't know about that, man.
100%. You don't reckon?
Nah, not really. Because just looking at that, when they finished that round, because it was 2-minute rounds, Katie fights like an amateur. Yeah. So if you add that extra minute, and then Amanda would probably stop her though.
That's what I'm. There'll be way more knockouts though. There'll be way more, and that's what people. I don't know. Maybe more people will be like, "Raw, women's fighting because there's more knockouts."
But that's probably why they did it that way. Because I don't think men. Remember, it's primarily a men's sport. They don't want to see women getting sprayed out every minute. This because in women's boxing there is some serious mismatches. You get me?
Yeah.
In terms of the competition, so when it's 3-2s, they're kind of building a kind of atmosphere where you can box and stuff like. There's still stoppages, but it's not like the men. Yeah, like it's different leagues, and also women because they carry life inside their body. Sometimes it's a bit grueling. You know what I mean? I feel like they should put another 2 rounds and make it 12 twos.
12 twos.
Yeah.
So what's the max they're doing now? 10s?
Yeah, 10 in it. Yeah, so it's 10 rounds. See what I'm saying? It's 10 rounds, and already in the 10 rounds, you can see how
they were
you see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It looked like they're half dead.
Literally.
Yeah, like you only do 2 free twos, right?
Yeah.
So imagine you was doing 10 free, you'd be like, boy, it wouldn't be that hard. I'll be honest with you, the way you are, I think you could probably do about 8 twos, but it wouldn't be hard a stretch for you to do 10 at a certain pace, because the rounds go so quick, as you know. It's like you're in a fight, you make a mistake and you're just like, rah, it's just you're way down on the thing. So yeah, going forward on this one here, Amanda, her mindset as well. I think she's very upset, but I feel she has to kick herself in a way that you can't let people off the. But she's never been in a fight with a girl who actually has the foot speed as Kate. She's never. I don't think she's seen that like that before. You know what I mean?
I see Amanda backstage after she was already doing pads with her coach. She's like, "Yeah, I'm getting ready for the rematch." I was like, "Nah,
don't lie." Now this is really.
Yeah.
That don't make no sense, man. I feel like I feel like she's got a sister as well. I'm actually friends with her on Facebook. Her sister got beat, but Katie beat her sister as well. Stopped her sister.
What, in the pros or amateurs?
The pros, bro.
Both of them.
A sister named Cindy. Assisty and Amanda, they're called Assisty Amanda Serranos. You can check them out. If you check them out on Facebook or Twitter, the Serrano sisters, isn't it? They both was fighting for years.
Same weight. Or what is their sister still fighting? No.
Nah, sister's older than her. You can see her sister slightly older than her. Okay. So Katie bust up her sister, innit? So that's what I thought. Like, she in the corner. I thought, yo, look what she did to your sister. You know what I mean? This is your sister. You should back up. So Katie's actually got victory over both the sisters. Actually, yeah, it's just it's hard. For I picked Amanda I picked Amanda to win though.
You reckon she done enough?
Nah, I thought she would. I thought with her power, but what I realized is
she did wobble Katie a couple times though.
She's a featherweight, but she was a featherweight coming up, and this is what they did. Yeah, I think she fought at 140, and then they made her come down. So I think I don't know what her body was for the weight coming in, but I know she made the weight comfortably. But I don't think she was used to that pace. You see, the problem with Katie, what you're dealing with, right, is trying to hit someone who's moving like that, bro. It's long. Yeah. It's tiring, you know what I mean? And then Amanda, if you look at it, she was throwing pure power shots.
Bare power shots, boy.
I'm missing a lot. It took a lot. She missed. Her husband said, "Let's go for power," and I think that was the wrong. I think when you're going into a fight like that, you're trying to conserve energy, but you're trying to hit the target. You know what I mean? So I think she needs to cut the ring down. And she needed to work on speed, not power. And then I think if she did that, she would have better stance to stop Katie. But Katie's never been stopped. And credit to Katie in the last round, bro. She went for it. The last round. She went for it,
boy.
Yeah, he went for it in the last round. You like the last round? It was good.
What? That was rapid. I don't think even if Amanda tried though, she wouldn't have had the same speed as Katie. That's why I think she just thought, let me go power. I'm not gonna be able to match her speed no matter what I do.
You don't think Amanda realized she wasn't, but she was from the game. Her nickname's the real though. I think from the game she was just trying to knock her out, and I think she nearly reached her goal, but in doing that she compromised herself, because you could see, because like you hurt her in the 5th. Why are you not pressing the action? You know what I mean? Why you? Go on.
No, I was even thinking for both of them, like it's like. That's the only fight that everybody really wanted to see for them to. Like, who's next? Nobody's really like, oh, yeah. Like, I don't even know who's next for them, man.
Well, no, there's loads of winners. There's Jessica McCaskill. I don't know if
you know I see McCaskill, I follow on Insta.
Katie, I thought Katie lost. Katie's lost a couple of times, but she got the decision. I feel that's a good fight for Katie. I don't think Katie will take it, though, because that fight was a hard fight for her. And... there's that one, and then she's never gonna fight Clarissa Shields. She's too big for her.
Yeah, who's too? What, these are too big for Clarissa, or Clarissa's too big for them?
Carissa's too big for them. Yeah.
By how much?
Yeah, well, she's like 68 kg, bro. Like 68 pounds. These girls are like, what is it? 30, 35, 30.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's off the cards then.
Yeah. I thought so. You know what I mean? So I don't think that's a good fight for Katie, even though but right now she solidified herself as pound for pound the best woman fighter on the planet. For me.
Facts.
Yeah. After beating, because Amanda is like a multi-world champion, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you can't take it away from. Even though I thought fight was a draw, the
Mm.
fact of the matter is the results are the results, and you have to go by the results, innit?
Yeah.
But Katie, right? I took a picture. I took a picture of her years ago when she actually
I
made her
know. I
debut.
see.
Yeah, match him. Yeah. That was when she's bro. I talked to her. Her voice is very, very soft spoken. You know, she don't. When you look at her, you wouldn't think she'd fight. I don't know if you know about Guillermo Oregano from Cuba, and she actually sparred him when he came to Ireland when she was an amateur.
Oh,
And Guillermo Oregano was one of the most gifted Cuban fighters ever, and she
what
was in the ring
amazing.
with him. She sparred with him, and her footwork was comparable to his. And that's why I feel like Amanda, who's used to girls right in front of them, never seen that. That's why technically it's a superb. What do you call it? They call it the bull and the matador kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
You know, the bull is charging, and you see the
Yeah.
matador say under there. That's what you looked at, and then but the conditioning to take the punches that she did, and to come back in the fight, Katie Taylor, like credit to her, man. Credit to her. Credit to both of them actually. And like people don't like to say it's women's boxing, but that's what it is. It is women's boxing. And you think women should get paid? They barely got £1 million for that. You
That's
think
what I'm saying. For something monumental like that at where was it? The MGM.
It was Madison Square Garden.
Madison, like, oh my, that's sad, man. And
but they're not doing 3-minute rounds, and it's not 12, man.
That's not their fault though.
Well, it's this is the thing, right? Amanda actually asked for 12 rounds.
I remember.
But Katie turned it down. She said, nah, we don't want that, because Katie's the A side, they didn't want it. But but if they have, because there's women boxers have had 12 3-minute rounds, but she didn't want it. Now, if they done three 12-minute rounds in that situation, I don't think Katie would because I think Amanda trains 3-minute rounds.
Yeah,
you can tell she trains like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she's not used to. That's why I said she wasn't used to that pace, because that's why she calmed down, bruv.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, but Katie's used to fighting kind of an amateur, rat-a-tat-tat, pat, move, hit and move combination. She don't have like wicked power, but she has like her speed is her power. So, but in that regards, because they find amateur minutes, they should get pay for the pros like the pros. What are you saying?
I reckon. Do you know it is boxing? If I don't know, 100. I feel like they should 100%, man. Because they're still putting their like in aspect their life.
Their lives on the line,
man. They're training mad hard. Like they are training hard. They're eating right. They're sacrificing a lot, and I don't know, man. Like there's so many other things that they probably could be doing that other sports that are paying better, but to stay at that pay, that's mental, man.
That's you know what? That's
look at their what is she, a 7-weight world champion?
Serrano. Serrano. Yeah. That was her highest payday. This is her highest payday ever.
Look at that, bruv. And what? So now that they've done that, even though she didn't win, is that payday gonna decrease now when she fights another girl? Or is it gonna keep going up?
Well, she was still undisputed featherweight champion, and so she can. I was just gonna type her name out to see what she can do with her belt. So she's still a champion at lower weights, undisputed champion at lower weight. So I think if she fights again, maybe they can try and push her. You know what I mean? But to be fair, I like both of their styles. Like it meshes beautifully. You know, it's like you have a contrast of two different styles. Now Eddie Hearn didn't want the fight, right? Initially. And what happened is that Jake Paul put money up and made
the mill bet.
Yeah, that's the only reason why the fight happened, bruv. You know what I mean? That's why even the fight even happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna show. There's a picture actually. I was trying to show you. You know, this girl's face. There's a girl's face actually, maybe that's that girl's face anyway. No, but what I'm saying is that Eddie didn't want the fight initially when Amanda won it, but they was on the same network and Eddie kind of pushed it away. But when money got interjected into it, he said, "Yeah, you will take that." So he didn't mind throwing Katie underneath the bus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He didn't mind throwing underneath the bus and that. But you know, when other people put money, he said, "Yeah, I'll take it." And that's why I feel like Katie was like, "Yeah, this is it." Eddie's sending her out like, remember Billy Joe Saunders?
Yeah. And Canelo.
I thought, he was saying that you must be blind. Katie Taylor's mother. Oh, Katie Taylor's mother. What's Katie Taylor? Let's hear from Katie Taylor's mother. What do you think her mother's gonna say though? You know what I mean? Like, what your mother's gonna say?
Boy.
Give us your reaction to this massive fight that took place here at Madison Square Garden.
I think it was a fantastic fight, I have to say. I believe that the two girls are winners in this fight. I think what it's done for women's boxing is incredible. And I just think that the attention it got, the respect that it got, it was well deserved by both girls. I'm overwhelmed. I'm just really delighted that Katie got the win. I thought it was a brilliant fight.
It's the first time in over 140 years that two women headlined boxing.
Well, you know what? That's down in the history books now. So you know what? Katie's been breaking down barriers and boundaries all her life. You know, she loves being a part of making history. She's a trailblazer, and I'm just so proud of her.
Could we possibly get a rematch? Would you like to see a rematch?
You know what? Maybe, who knows? I mean, there could be a trilogy there. It could be the Ali and Fraser, couldn't it? You know, there could be a trilogy there. Like,
If we see the second fight, we'll probably be in Ireland. You want to see it in Ireland?
Possibly, you know, possibly. But that's down to the promoters, and I'm sure there'll be talks about that.
Lastly, how was it with all the support of the Irish fans here? It was massive.
What? It's like when the Irish arrive. I said no one will nobody out shouts. Nobody out shouts. Yeah, you must be blind, love. You must be blind. But anyway, look, don't mind it. Flying.
See, look, the Puerto Rican walked past. Yeah, she said it's a robbery. See, the Puerto Ricans are saying it's robbery. You see what I'm saying?
It's true what she's saying there. It could be the Ali and Fraser for the girls, because that was a monumental moment, and they could do it 3 times depending on how the next fight went.
Oh man, yo. But you know the funny thing is that Puerto Ricans, they don't play, bro. They don't play. I think Amanda, she was just a happy loser, and I think that bothered a lot of Puerto Ricans. You know what I mean? They, you know what I mean? I mean with this guy, because to me, I don't think it's a robbery, but you got to look at the boxing, right? Professional boxing. This is where it's different, right? If that was a professional boxing, it was men.
Yeah.
Then you know that the person blasting them up should have won, right?
Yeah.
The person blasting them up should have won. But because it's Katie Taylor and there's certain nuances to it, she's with Eddie Hearn, she got the decision. You know what I mean? And that, let me hear what I don't. Let me hear this.
Katie Taylor just beat Amanda Serrano by split decision. I thought they could at least gave this shit a draw, man. I don't know about that.
That's what I said.
You know, Katie Taylor did come back strong. Don't get it twisted. I had her down like 6-1 early, but she closed this fight strong as hell. But I don't know, man. This is one of those fights right here that they got to run this back. I thought they should have just gave it a draw. But you know, Katie Taylor, she's a champion, I guess. But I slightly had Amanda Serrano win this fight, y'all. That's just me, though.
All the Americans did.
I'm out.
Yeah, you see the thing is, all the Americans, yeah, they had Serrano up, but because you go by the scoring criteria, when she blasted her up like that, it's like, yo. But the thing is, you have to factor in that Katie came back in the rounds, though.
Yeah.
But that's why I felt it was a draw. Like, I felt it was a draw when I watched it. I said that looks like a draw, but I didn't say like, oh yeah, but they're gonna give it to Katie. But you know, Amanda, she has to kick herself like, yo, I should have let this go off. But she couldn't do any more than what she could. I feel like.
And you know what I'm thinking? Remember the Josh Taylor fight and what's his name? Catterall.
Oh yeah, Catterall. Yeah.
Where he was on the back foot more, you was like, raw. Josh Taylor won because even whatever happened, where he was on the back foot more.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So where Katie Taylor was on the back foot more and she was the champion, it's debatable, man. It's debatable.
That was a good point. That's a good point, but it's in Scotland.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's in Scotland. That's what I'm saying. And it was in America and she still won. So it's like, it's not even biased because, do you know what I'm saying? It's in America.
That's how it, you got to take it from the champion. Let me hear from this guy. Let me got another video here. This guy.
One of the most blatant robberies in recent boxing history.
Wow, do they think it's really that much of a robbery?
Yeah, but you got to remember the Latino community, yeah. They this is what I'm saying. When they see someone, look at Serrano got a cut. They know she got a cut, but she got blocked. This is what I'm trying to say, X. When you blast someone up, yeah, in amateur boxing, what how do we score it, right? 10-8, right?
Quickly, head back, 10-8.
10-8. So you're looking at double blasted up. She got all that work, yeah. So that was a huge round. This girl was out on her feet, yeah.
Yeah.
But and then you got early rounds there. You're not too sure. Early rounds, maybe Amanda was up, yeah. But then she just let the girl back into the fight, man.
Yeah.
It's like she just off the pedal, and there was round like Katie got like 4 straight rounds, yeah. Where I feel like And in the last round, it was like whichever way you want to go. So this is what I'm saying. But then from this guy, because and I'm telling you, most of these people, Puerto Rican, Latino, they're not having it, bro. Like I know what the Irish are saying and the mum, but this is the Latino. That's why the fight needs to run back. Let's see what this guy said.
Not only did Amanda, I told you she was going to maul her, and she did. And told you she was going to just clobber her. I mean, in the first about 5 rounds, she made Katie Taylor look amateurish. I mean, I thought they were going to stop the fight. If those would have been 3-minute rounds, we would have had, and it would have been over. You know, she would have knocked her out. The bell saved Katie Taylor like twice. It was a round that I would have scored that round whenever she had Taylor. First of all, I was surprised. I wasn't surprised at the same time that they didn't stop the fight.
That's actually, I mean, that's actually a good point, right? When I was watching it with some people, right, they were saying stop the fight. The fight needs to be stopped. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was watching one guy. He was saying, "Yo, stop the fight, stop the fight, stop the fight."
What in favor of Serrano?
No, like when she was getting blasted up, yeah. My man was saying, "Stop the fight, bro, stop the fight." They need to stop it. He thought Katie would get killed. He was saying,
what? Nah,
yeah,
man.
she was getting,
man.
Bro, it's women. She was getting lick up, bro. She was getting smashed. The rhythms,
they're too soft on the women. That's normal, bro.
Yeah, that's why I said the same thing. I said I want her to go down. You know,
that's what I'm saying. She's a pro, man. She'll take a knee if anything, man.
Yeah. I feel like Conor McGregor and Mayweather, like, bro, that referee is an idiot. Like the last round, Mayweather was battering him. Yeah. All I want to see Conor on his back. Yeah. So that's why I want that beating to be like that. Like, but you see, Amanda's silly because this is what I try to say. When people try to hold, Katie holded her. And Amanda didn't quickly just realize when she tried to hold, she should have kept them throwing punches when she was going backwards. And then she could have caught her. But these are the things that she don't know. But no, I'm honestly, like, man say she should have been stopped. Man thought she should have been stopped. But she's the champion. You got to give it to the champ. That's why it's so epic. It was epic, you know what I mean? But yeah, let me hear what this guy says.
Katie Taylor was in really bad shape. I mean, I'm talking dangerously close to, I mean, she was completely out on her feet. Not once, but probably like 3 times. Even in the last round, Katie Taylor, yes, she landed some punches in the last round, but she couldn't hurt Serrano. And Serrano, you know, came back. They went all out, you know, like a street brawl to close the fight. And Katie Taylor couldn't even stand. She could barely walk. She almost fell. And you could see her; she could barely stand after the fight was over. You know, that was. I mean, Amanda Serrano took her to school. The mistake that Amanda Serrano made was that taking her foot off the paddle.
See, there you
go. But still, you know, that shouldn't have cost her the fight. There were 2 rounds that. There was one round that definitely, that round 10-8. Was a 10-8 round for Amanda.
You know what the funny thing is, yeah? Bro, it doesn't matter where you go, right? In the world. The consensus are always going to be the same, you get me? The consensus of how you score. But like, remember, like, I score amateur and professional boxing. It's always going to be the same. Like in amateur boxing, because we have 10-8s, without that, a professional boxer, you need to hit the canvas. Well,
standard.
So if it's not, you're not going to get a 10-8, even though in amateur, that would be a 10-8. But this is where the scoring criteria let me ask you a question that more apparently in the professional scoring criteria, should it change?
Nah, I don't reckon.
You like it when a man hit a back in it, so you know, and everyone knows.
Yeah, man. Take a knee, boy. You have to earn it.
You have to earn it, right? Innit?
Yeah. Take a knee, or you're gonna get blasted. That's how it goes, man.
Yeah. I agree. Amateurs is a bit more safe because it's 3 rounds, 3 minutes, or 3 twos. When your head gets knocked back, because some people have died in amateurs because the referees let them take too much punches. That's why in amateurs they made it safer by as soon as the head gets snapped back. But listen to this one. Maybe in women's boxing they should train the criteria. What do you think?
I'm not gonna lie. I think that they're good, man. They train hard. Like when they're sparring, they're not just sparring like say like they're welterweight, they might spar a a light featherweight boy, but like don't get me wrong, I know the strengths are different between man and woman, but when they're fighting girl on girl, they're strong, bruv. Like they do what we can do. They throw the same shots, the 1 to 8, 1 to 6, whatever, and the combos, like they can do it, man. Like literally.
So you think everything should stay the same in terms of the scoring criteria? Then
100%.
is this the question about the rounds in terms of the rounds of how the rounds should be scored? How the minutes of the round should change, maybe.
Yeah, 100%. Change that. 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
And with that guy that was just chatting, what he was saying that cool, Katie. At the end of the day, if Katie was wobbly on her feet, that's cool. That's Serrano's job to put her down. Katie can be wobbly on that. That's cool. Katie's wobbly. Serrano, go do your thing. If Serrano's not putting her on her back, the ref has no reason to stop it. If she's on her feet, she's still got strength.
Yeah. That's the way I saw it. That's exactly what I said. I think because they were gonna get a different referee. They were gonna get a female referee to do it, and they said nah. She ain't got enough experience. She didn't have enough experience. All right, so I got a poll here. Amanda Serrano got robbed by Katie Taylor. Yes, 50%. No, 25%. Don't care, 0%. Katie Taylor won fairly. No robbery, 25%. I still got people adding on.
I'm not gonna lie. What do you feel that Serrano that she got robbed or Serrano won just?
Nah, well, I did the draw. Like my initial thing was a draw, but I'm gonna have to tell be fair. Right, it's like this, right? You fought at home recently, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's a close fight, you should get the nod. You understand?
But it's a home show.
Yeah, because it's your home. It's the home. This is your house, innit? Right?
Yeah,
If it was close, like JoJo was 3-2 in it.
Yeah.
It does pulled it out, That's pulled it out. Like so, because it was close, the home fighter got it right. So in that regards, when you're the champion, both of them are champions, but she's challenging for Katie's belt. Did you think she won the championship? In your opinion, Amanda, she did near enough but did she do enough to say she won the championship? In your opinion?
Okay, that makes sense. I would. I don't. No, I would say draw. I would say draw.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So a draw. But then if she didn't do enough, and Katie's the champion, then that's why Katie probably won by.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That makes perfect sense. People ain't saying it like that, though.
The scorecards are mad, They gave it 3 rounds. They gave it a 3-round thing buffer for Katie. One judge had it 7 rounds to Katie, another had it 4 rounds for Amanda.
It's mad how the judges all get it different, isn't it?
Yeah, but you see the judges get paid, bro.
Yeah, it's a naughty game. I can't lie, that's a naughty game.
Hey, amateurs no different, Cause you go to a home show and I'm a judge. Yeah, we know it's the home time. Home fighters. We are aware of home fighters. So again, like I did point out, like if it's close, but if you feel the home fighter, then they should get the nod. They should get the nod, like, in theory. But then you have to earn it. That's what I'm saying. Like you look at JoJo's fight, it was like it wasn't even that close because the guy wasn't doing nothing. So and JoJo came back from a first round. You know what I mean? So again, like I remember again, you got the fans behind you and stuff, but both fans were there. But I feel like Amanda, in regards to it was Amanda's fight to win and Katie's fight to lose because Katie, that's why I think they gave it a nod because I think that's the thing she went through, bro. Like she went through some horrid time, bro. She went through a horrid time, and because of that, because people love Katie so much, I feel like that's the reason. Let me hear from this guy some more in it because he's talking some truth though. Like, this is the first time I'm listening to this guy. But to be fair, his scorecards near where is thinking how I think.
There was another one you could make a decent, strong argument. So you could have had 2 rounds in favor of Amanda. There were 10-8 rounds.
Yeah.
I thought it was a done deal. It's like there is no way that they're going to give that fight to
Katie Taylor.
They're going to give that fight to Katie Taylor. There's just no way. And there was one judge that gave Katie Taylor 97-93.
Continue on State Route 415 south for 1.5 miles.
I gotta find out who this judge is. That judge who gave that fight 97-93 Katie Taylor should never ever judge another boxing fight again.
See?
Absolutely ever.
Yep. See.
Okay. They should investigate that person, first of all, because there might have been some corruption. I mean, it's ludicrous. That fight was an easy 97-93 in Amanda's favor. You know, it could have been 96-94, but for the people, it could have been a draw. There was no draw. Excuse me. If you think that's a draw, you don't know shit about boxing.
Nah, it was a. This guy is shut up. This guy's rinsing me out, bro. I'm on his show. This guy's rinsing me out. It was a draw. Bro, how you could see? This is what I'm trying to tell you, man. My man, and this is also see. Remember, again, Latino fans, they see it. He's already. I can tell you right now, from hand on the heart, X. Yeah, my man's Amanda Serrano fanboy. He's a fanboy. That's what it is. Yeah. He's a fanboy, Carl. Bro, the draw is fair. But, bro, you can't tell me what he's seen it the opposite way. You know what I mean? Like, yo, come on, man. Let me hear it.
Taylor, just like I told you guys you would. She mauled her. Look at her face. He busted her up. Right she had her bleeding from her nose. She busted her face up. And on the second round, forget it. So, you know, it's disrespectful it's disrespectful to boxing fans. It's disrespectful to the fighters themselves, because you know, you bust your ass fighting and you think you're gonna get an honest decision, and you get this corrupted, incompetent thing of a decision, and that hurts. That hurts boxing. That hurts the people because.
Nah, man, I ain't got time for that whinging. This is another. Yeah, he make some good points. He makes some good points, but let me hear from BB crying as well. Let me hear from BB. It's good to hear other people's opinions as well. You know, to see how they see it, especially in America, and seeing like people upset about this thing. It's controversy, but bro, like I don't see how. I don't see how Amanda can win in the rematch because Katie's gonna be more confident.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
She did that. I was like, well, if she can implement that game plan, and it's kind of like that's what she did. I thought Katie Taylor lost that pursuing fight.
That's Coach Malachi talking to Joe Habib.
And I get it. Katie Taylor's the favorite. Yada yada yada. She's the greatest boxer in the history of women's boxing. She's perfect. I understand all of that, but from what her supporters say, but from what I saw last night, being objective and unbiased, and I'm not a pro Serrano fan. I'm not a pro Katie Taylor fan. You know, I just started watching women's boxing over the past maybe 3 months, 3-4 months, outside of Clarissa Shields, of course. And from what I saw, man, I'm like, worst case scenario, I think the fight should have been a draw. But I could easily see Amanda winning a split decision. Katie Taylor won the last 3 rounds, so I can see her winning a split decision. Have no issue with that. I just have an issue with the 97-93, and I just think it was closer than that, bro. I'm just being honest with you. But go ahead. Sorry.
I agree. I had it 96-94 for Taylor.
Oh, shit.
But it was I had that 10th round. I could have easily given it to Serrano, and then it would have been a draw in my card. Even the first 3, I gave the first 3 to Taylor. But if I go back, I could sit there and say, well, you know what? Maybe Serrano won the second. You know what I'm saying?
He did.
So
he did win the second.
There's a lot of.
I had it 1-1 to start off.
Yeah, I have a hard time with the 97-93 as well too. I think at the least you had to give Serrano.
Yeah, you know, when you're watching this, I realize I was just listening to this. Yeah, I think it's a cultural thing, man. You know what I mean? I think it's a cultural thing. You still there, X? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah. I think it's a cultural thing because the majority of people who are scoring for Katie are European, you know, and the other people who are Latino and think they're scoring for Serrano. You know what I mean? And that's why, you know, if you're even, you might think it's a draw, but then both of them are definitely like lopsided both ways on each side of the bracket.
Yeah,
and therefore, you want to fight. But I don't see how Amanda, if the fight was moved to Ireland, how she even gonna get any rounds out there.
100% it will be an Ireland this time as well.
Well, that's yeah, but yeah, because this I think they should just run it back in the bloody same place in New York. I think New York. I think it's more money. I think more fans. I think they should run it back in the same thing. That's what I would do. You know, I think their careers are defined in that. See, Katie, how she came back in that fight can go down. I mean, she retires right now. She could say, yeah, you know, she fought everyone. She beat her, and that would be a good way to finish her career, undefeated. She never lost to no one. She had controversial fights, but she could finish. But if she goes back into this fight, Amanda, I don't know if Amanda's got the IQ to do what she's necessary to win. And this is what I talk about when people lose, right? If you when you any fight you lose, you have to adjust and say, well, listen, I need to. So this is what Amanda needs to do, right? Cut off the ring better, stop throwing too many power shots. Focus on speed and focus on speed and cutting the ring and aim for the target because she hits the hard enough. Katie needs to do is just more. If you say Katie needs to hold more and tie her up, you know, keeps doing what Katie needs to do more of what she's doing because Katie ain't got the power. So Katie can. So that's how the fight's going to be. And if you leave that fight just how that is, then Katie still wins, you know, because Katie can take Amanda's punches. What do you think?
Do you know what it is? I reckon Katie can take Amanda's punches, but she was getting wobbled. I just reckon that hit the right spot and it could all go left.
Oh, you think Amanda's got that one punch lighter? I don't think so.
Not the one punch, but to hit the equilibrium, make it go wobbly, 100%. I reckon she can do that.
You think she's got that there inside of Arsenal? I don't think so. When I watched there, she missed a lot. And she even if she got early, I think Katie could withstand her. I think Katie's got enough smarts now to deal with her. You know what I mean? Let me hear what they say.
So, you know, the whole thing that's buzzing around.
No. That's Coach Sheldon. No, I think Katie can take I think she can take her stuff and the thing. Let's talk about Shakur Stevenson real quick. Did you see that fight?
Yeah, that was honestly like he is a flat-footed fighter that's just got it down to a T.
Yeah.
Like he's not on his toes at all, but he measures his distance and he's so quick in and out. Like honestly, I've been trying to look at the thing. How is this guy doing what he's doing? But it's mental.
Yeah.
And he does it effortlessly. Like he's not even getting tired.
Mm-hmm. You know what you know his nickname to me, innit?
What?
Crybaby Stevenson. You know that?
Why?
Because do you see his fight in the Olympics?
No, he got a silver medal, innit?
Yeah. He was in a gold medal and he lost to the Cuban. You know what he did after?
No.
He cried, didn't it?
What? What did he lose or no?
Well, he thought he won. I mean, clearly to me, watching it, I think the Cuban edged it, and he cried like a baby. He cried like a baby, bro.
Yeah.
Right? He cried like a baby, like something different, bro. Like like a crazy, like Have you ever seen a sport baby where I think I deserve something, and the parents took something away?
Yeah.
That's how he cried, bro. So his nickname to me is Shakur Crybaby Stevenson. And what I saw in the fight, even though he put on a very good display, there's some frailties about him that when he gets hit and he don't like thing, he start complaining again. So it's still there. But he was more mature in this fight. And his jab is like he ain't got. If he had a jab, the fight I think he would have knocked the guy out.
Yeah, he just uses it to measure distance, isn't it?
Yeah. But this is what I'm trying to say. That's you when you snap a jab, you can just blast and cut a man up with a jab, and then you throw your bombs. But his jab is just like to hold him with the one to land up his uppercut or a straight right.
Yeah,
and that's whack. And that allowed Valdez, to roll up. Because if he's jab popping in his face, then he allowed Valdez to take chances. And the only reason he couldn't get in is because he's short and his foot speed is exceptional. Even though he's flat-footed, he leans back, right? He leans back.
Yeah, he's got that too. Yeah.
Yeah, he leans back, and then, bro, you just like, bro, it's like you're extending and you're missing, and now you're tired. Like, and it was just like it was a horrible night for Valdez. And all Valdez got is a left hook and a straight right, and he couldn't do nothing. And you know the funny thing, Shakir's a troublemaker though. He said after I won the fight, I beat Eddie Renoso, I beat Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo.
I love because you see Canelo's face was pink. Because them Mexican turned up for lunch,
100%.
We're gonna see, and then my man embarrassed the whole squad, bruv. You know what I mean? It's good for boxing for him coming. Then I see a picture of him, Floyd, and Terrence Bud. I said, yo, that's sick, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
That's who he rolls with. He rolls with, Tim Bradley. He talks to Tim Bradley, Andre Ward. You know, he talks to, you know, the elite of the elite in America. You know what I mean? And I think going forward, I think you know, he can be beat, but not at featherweight, not at that weight. I don't see no one beating him in that weight class. What do you think?
one.
Nah, I don't think no one. All right, we got some people in the chat. Abs, what's up, Al? Like Silver, my man Silver stream. I got him in there. Katie won was it Katie won fairly. Okay, all right. Oh, she won fairly, fair enough. Amanda won 4, 5, and 6. Clearly that's it. Okay, so you give her a free round, but yeah, I wonder if it's 10-8 though, man. Very close. Did have Amanda edging it the fight, but can't say it was a robbery. Could have gone either way. See, there you go. That's fair. That's a fair. These are the comments in the chat. My man Silver stream. Yeah. All right. Big up to all you guys in the chat. No, but going back to Shakir Krabby Base, yeah. I call him Krabby Base. He still needs a bit maturing, but I feel that was a very masterful performance, and he can only get better from him. I don't.
What about what he done at the last round when he the last 10 seconds?
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, I'll give you this X, right? And this is the thing, man. When you're watching a young fighter, if you watch a young Floyd or any great fighter, what they do, there's this thing called you turn the tempo up, right? So as what he was doing, he's fighting at one pace, right?
Yeah.
But you know, the fans want a stoppage. If you want a stoppage, open up and open up a fast combination and put some punches together.
Yeah.
And I felt that's what was missing of the thing. He knocked him down of Valdez's mistakes.
Yeah.
And that was good. And we know the uppercut and made him sit down on the ropes and stuff like that. But Valdez weren't hurt because he got straight back up. So you're missing only of that, you're missing a knockout, you know what I mean? A punches together and knocking them out. I feel like he fight just in himself in his own comfort zone. And I've actually thought it's quite cruel, actually, you know, because I thought where he beat Valdez, I think he could have he actually could have knocked him out. I think he wanted to punish him.
Yeah, he was in his comfort zone, innit? He didn't get took out of comfort zone one bit, innit?
Nah, he didn't. I thought he was punishing him on purpose.
Yeah.
I think he was just letting him know that, bruv, I'm just gonna take my time and beat you up round by round. I think he has that kind of coolness in him. You know what I mean? What do you think about him proposing to his wife after the thing?
Yeah, you know.
Corny, right?
Corny, man. That's corny, man.
Hey, you know, hey, the best one, I think Broner's got that unlock. I think Broner's got that unlock. What do you think? Adrian Broner, right?
Oh, what? When he done that thing, he didn't really propose. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Broner. I think Broner done it better. I think he's another good American, but time will tell. But I think at that weight class, I looked at the other champions. I don't see no one touching him. I think he can stay at that weight class and dominate for a minute still.
Yeah,
in my opinion, I think he can dominate.
But you like him to move up?
Nah.
Move down.
If he moves up, he's gonna lose, bro. If he move up, just stay where you are. I mean, his body's growing up, so maybe he'll outgrow the weight class.
Yeah.
But for now, I think like he's still maturing. I mean, if you're winning, my whole thing is you're winning next. Why do I need to change anything, right?
Yeah, standard.
You know what I'm saying? It's not
100%.
about being on the other side. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? I mean, there's some guys in our gym, and credit to them getting good fights, but they don't need. There's some L's they didn't have to take.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't have to take them things. So you learn your craft in the gym, so you don't need to be taking no L's. You know what I mean? So I think because Shakir, he's the unified and the Ring Magazine, the standard bearer at the super featherweight division. You know, people want to see Tank. He spars Tank. He spars Devin Haney. Yeah, sparred all of them. I think you can find it on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah.
Like you can find all that sparring. They've sparred each other. Now he's like the champion. He regularly spars Crawford. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's his name. Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe he might come in there and give Floyd some work because Floyd's gonna fight soon. And I feel like you just maintain what you have, like, and just be cool. You know, just be cool, winning, and have people coming up to you calling you champ, and just enjoy the winning side and the glory side. You know, I feel as a professional athlete or amateur athlete, there's nothing more of doing hard training. You know, doing what the coaches tell you to do, and then performing in a big crowd in front of everyone, and getting the job done and getting the accolades. As you know what I mean. Like being people, you done great, and your credit to the area and this, that, the other. 100%. You know what I'm saying? What comes along with it. So I think him, Shakir, I think he did a really good job of putting on a really good performance, and I think he can go out. Let's talk about Tyson Fury real quick. I didn't get your take on that. What do you think about the Tyson Fury and Whyte? Yeah.
I went and watched that. I can't lie.
Oh, yeah, you actually you paid tickets and went and watched, right?
That was actually like the environment, everything was amazing, but Dylan was beaten from the jump, man. Like even before the fight started, his mindset was done.
What you didn't like the game plan, no?
Nah, not at all. Especially to come out south. See, like when he came out southpaw the first round, like in my head, I was thinking, nah, there must be a reason why he's done this, but I just couldn't figure it out. Like to come up against like that sort of heavyweight, Fury, that doesn't even move like a heavyweight, and then to come out southpaw. Come on, man, you're playing games, bro.
So what would you in your mind, just initially, what would your strategy be to fight Fury?
You just gotta be real. There's no way you're gonna outbox Fury. You are not a better boxer than Fury. You're not gonna outbox him. You've gotta hurt him. There's nothing else.
How do you hurt him?
Lord, you gotta slow him down somehow. You gotta hit him to the body a lot. You gotta slow him down. But that's the only thing I can say. Like, that's the only game plan I can have. You're not gonna outbox him. That's facts.
Let me ask you a question. You've seen Dillian's fights before, right?
Yeah.
Do you reckon that was Dillian, the type of Dillian?
No, that was weird.
Go on, I'm listening.
That was the way how he wasn't like, forget combos, like the shots that he was throwing were just strange. They were slow, they were awkward. Like everything was weird about that whole fight. I'm telling you, I was watching it, thinking, this honestly, it still don't make sense to me now how he came out and fought like that. It doesn't. He did not look like one of the top heavyweights in the world. It don't make sense. I promise you.
Would you reckon that's one of Dillian Whyte's worst performance ever?
That's the worst ones that I've ever seen him do. Forget him getting knocked out by anyone. That's the worst performance I've ever seen him do. And I'm not even giving credit to Fury to say Fury made it look like that. Honestly, I don't know what happened. I swear to you.
All right, so let me ask you a question, right? Now you're amateur fighter, right? Let me ask you, have you ever been knocked out before?
No.
All right, so let me put this scenario. Say you've been knocked out, and you wish you haven't, but being knocked out, and you can't remember what happened. You wake up and you actually can't remember what happened, and you go into a fight with the same guy you knocked out. You beat him, and then you're fighting someone like Fury. So how do you think your handlers, your trainers should treat you in that fight?
Well, after I've been knocked out, I've just beat the guy.
Knocked out. You beat the guy. You've been knocked out again. How do you think they should treat you in a fight with Fury? How do you think they should go about the strategy?
Boy,
go.
Knowing how Fury is, how skillful he is, my defense has just got to be A1. Like it's just got to be so on point because. I don't know, man. Knowing that
you don't think at that point, that us as trainers should actually like maybe slow it down and try and confuse Fury for a couple of rounds because maybe
would you confuse Fury though? How
you turn this southpaw?
Nah, I don't reckon Dylan Whyte's got the skill set to do that.
No, what I'm trying to say to you is because he's been knocked out, and what I'm trying to say, maybe he's not that guy no more. You see, this is what I'm trying to point out. Dillian's not that guy no more, and I think maybe Dillian feels like his trainers feel like he's susceptible to get knocked out again. Yeah. So when they made him go southpaw, I think they were trying to get him some rounds and maybe get his feet under. And I think he ain't fought for about a year or something, or it wasn't that long, but a year and a bit maybe. But Fury ain't fought for a long while as well.
Shocking if that's the case, boy.
Yeah. I think they what they did, they fiddled Fury for a couple of rounds, but I don't think they had any substantial game plan other than just taking their time and trying to see if Fury could make a mistake. So when you turn southpaw, you're trying to lure someone into what's he doing and confuse him, but that he didn't fall in.
But I don't even think Fury had the respect for him to say, "Oh, this guy's trying to confuse me." Like I don't even think he had the respect for him.
I agree with you. I agree with you. And that's why I was thinking about because remember. Dillian's probably better at trying to fight than box, and he actually tried. I think he actually tried to outbox Fury.
That's mental.
Yes, that's it. But but doing that, if you try to fight Fury, maybe it would have been knocked out earlier. You know what I'm saying?
He's just prolonging the knockout, then really.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's probably why. That's the only reason why I could think of why he fought that way. He fought that in that sort of way. And the trainers looked at maybe in sparring, he might have got hurt in sparring, and he might have got wobbled in sparring, and they probably thought, you know what, just box him for a couple of rounds and just make it seem like it's going to be competitive. You know what I mean? But he's not the same. Dillian's not the same no more because again, it goes back to he's been knocked out not too long ago,
and
that's why
all
Fury
of them are uppercuts as well. That's sad.
Yeah, that's why Fury pushed him. He didn't want to hurt him.
Do you reckon?
I know, yeah, that's why he pushed him. He knows. This is what I'm saying. X, I'm showing you. Yeah, if I put you in a professional fighter who's been knocked out in
Yeah.
his last fight, my instructions to you would be jump on him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
His
Because he's been,
confidence.
yeah, he lacks confidence. You get me? He
Yeah.
lacks confidence. As you know, when you lose, you
Yeah.
lose confidence. But when you've been knocked out,
It's different.
yes, exactly. You know, Lennox is not everyone's like Lennox Lewis, you know.
Yeah.
He's been knocked
Yeah.
out and then got back in there. A year later against Hassan Ratman,
Yeah.
had the confidence to go in and knock him out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But not many people have that mentally strength. Like Dillian's mentally strong to get back in there, but he's brave to have fought because when he fighting Fury, he's got so many flaws. You know, he could have fought, but you see, I think the trainers, I think they rely on boxing. They're not really fighters, and I think they're not really fighters who make their fighters fight. You know what I mean? And I think that's what it was needed for Dillian to, you know, at least put up a good effort. You know, and that's what people wanted. And it wasn't even. It was seemed like it was one-sided. So,
what you reckon next for Whyte? Is it a gatekeeper now or what?
Well, you know, when you lose like that, you know, do you reckon what do you think about him saying he got pushed and rematch?
He shouldn't have said that, man. God bless him. Cool, he got knocked out, but him saying that pushy stuff,
yeah,
mate, come on, man. You got pushed and your head didn't even hit the canvas. Like I watched it, your head didn't even hit that knock. Even when you got back up, if you're trying to say that push was harder than the uppercut,
yeah,
mate, stop it.
You know what? Yeah, when I look back at it, yeah, okay, from his point of view, and I'm trying to watch it from his point of view, right? When he got got pushed after the uppercut, when he went down on his shoulder, I think his head snapped back. He didn't hit the canvas, but it snapped back.
Yeah,
and I think that's why. I think his head. I think in his mind, he thinks he hit the canvas, but it was more or less of how his head got snapped back. You know what I mean?
Is that what he's trying to say? That was the dazer.
Yeah, that's what it was.
But you see, when he got uppercutted, his legs went stiff instantly.
Yeah. But you're right. But you see, the thing is, he's thinking I should get another chance. He pushed me, which is true. It is illegal. It's illegal to push, but I don't think he was in the. I don't think it was the fight was competitive enough for him to do anything because he weren't doing that. And I didn't give him no rounds, bruv.
Literally,
like Dillian thought it was in the round, but Fury was winning the rounds clearly. But Dillian's thinking it wasn't that wide, but it was clear rounds that he was winning. Yeah. You know, and that's where I leave it. Now, in terms of him coming back, which fight, bruh, I like him. I like Deontay Wilder fight. They've both been knocked out by Fury.
What? Wilder?
Yeah,
nah, no way.
But okay, let's go back to my scenario again. Wilder's been knocked out 2 times in his last 2 fights, right?
Yeah.
Where do you think his confidence at?
100%.
You're thinking in your mind. You're thinking Wilder's still the same guy, innit? You don't realize how much knockdowns. Hey, listen,
Wilder's a bit of a weirdo. So I feel like his mentality, you will think he's the same. Cause he's got a strange mentality, man.
Yeah, no, Wilder looks the same, but I'm saying if a man's been knocked down, knocked out in his last 2 fights, so he got stopped on his feet on the one fight, and he got knocked out in his last fight. I'm saying to you, I don't think this is the same guy no more. And Dillian has been knocked out in his last 2 fights. So in having that, it's car crash TV. Whoever lands first.
So you reckon he should fight Wilder? So you reckon he should fight Wilder next?
Bro, you talking about making money? Don't you think that fight people would pay money to see that? Remember, it's America.
I reckon they'd want Wilder to be AJ or Dillian to be what's his name, Ruiz or something, man.
Nah, well, that's a harder fight,
or Joe Joyce or something.
But that's a harder fight, man. These are harder fights, man. Dillian's probably gonna be easier for Wilder. He just been knocked out. I can get him, and Dillian's gonna think, well, Wilder got knocked out. I can take him. You understand? So if you look at it matchup, you know, if you're matching it up, you go, yo, that's even. It's an even fight. Whoever can land first, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? One punch you change it all for thing, but. Most people think Wilder levels him off with that right hand, Dillian's, because Wilder actually people would say that Wilder put a better fight than Dillian. Dillian
times 10.
Yeah, exactly. And people were saying Wilder can't fight. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
What do you reckon? You reckon of course he can fight, man.
Nah, I know that, but that's what people were saying.
They're saying that just because he relies on his big bomb, but that's if you got a strength, use it at the end of the day. But of course he can fight, man. He's not. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, that's where my mind. If you ask me where she go, I think that's a good fight for him. and that's a fight that people would pay for, and it would make money. They make money. Dillian Whyte versus Deontay Wilder, and they maybe because Fury said he's vacating the belt, they can fight for Fury's belts, the vacant
Oh
belts.
yeah, that's what he said. He said when he vacates it, Wilder should get the first crack at it, innit?
Yeah, Wilder and Dillian Whyte should be that'll be a sick, man. That'll sick. That'll generate, and then if you have it in England, bruh, it's even though we know they're not 100%. Okay, let me put it this: is he like Khan and Brooke?
Yeah,
Everyone knows them two are not the same, but it was a good
No.
fight today.
Yeah,
It was even, see. So and I feel like in boxing in general, if you get like Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, even fights, 50-50 fights where you're not too sure, you might think one guy is gonna win or one girl's gonna win. I think you get quality action where both fans come out and say, yeah, that was good, because the UFC has been making nice inroads in boxing. And they, Conor McGregor, Ronda Rousey, all these people, but now boxing starting to pull it right back. You know what I mean? The YouTubers like Jake Paul coming over because MMA people don't really accept them, and then blasting MMA. I think it's been a good look for boxing.
Yeah, that's been mad still.
Yeah, to bring a next generation of young guys coming into boxing, and you got a whole influx of all these women. I think Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, I think in about 10 years' time, maybe all the things we're talking about in terms of the minutes and the pay might change in 10 years' time if me and you are still around, which we probably will be. And we could re-advise what we're talking about. And I feel like boxing is definitely, in world boxing, is leading to say, I mean, turning professional boxing is a different aspect from amateurs.
Yeah.
Amateurs, to me, in a shorter span is very hard because you're fighting against every time you go out, bruv, you're fighting against a good opposition.
100%.
Good quality opposition. So you have to be on your 8 game every time you come out.
Yeah.
Professional fighting, you kind of know what you're getting. Yeah, you could fight journeyman. You know you're getting that. You just need to work on the game plan and just whoop them up. So, what's the other fight coming up? Oh yeah, we got fights this weekend actually. Got Charlo's coming up this weekend, isn't it?
Oh, what's that, Castano?
Yeah.
I don't know how that's gonna go.
I think he feels like he could do a better job. I think Castano's hard. He's not easy to beat though. That guy is not easy.
Their last fight was mental.
Yeah, Castano surprised a lot of people, but Charlo, he looked confused a bit in there, bruv. He looked a bit confusing. I think he that Castano gave him some awkward situation. What about Bibble's fighting against Clero Alvarez? How you see that fight?
Do you know what it is? Bibble's got a weird style, isn't it? Not a weird style, of course, but I don't know, man. It seems like, does he hit hard, Bibble?
He's got respectable power. Craig Richards went the distance, so
I don't know, because the way how he's just so on his toes, just in out the cool. I don't know, man. I don't know about him pulling that one off. But Canelo looks not unbeatable, but he just looks mental, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think Bibb was the one to ruin the Canelo legacy still.
Okay, all right. So yeah, we have to see about it. I don't even know about Filihovic. He's going against Zhang Zeke. This guy was an Olympic.
What's that? The big China man, Zhang.
Yeah. He fought Joshua in the Olympics. Yeah, that's Filihovic. I like that fight. That if they fought each other in the amateurs, it's a 12-round fight. That's a good heavyweight fight. I don't know what Zhang Zeke's been doing lately. I don't know what he's been doing, but that's on the undercard of the Bivol cards. That's a good fight. That's in Vegas.
I see his last fight. I think he got the stoppage, but I didn't really know him like that.
No, okay, yeah.
Who's that? That girl that was on the Katie Taylor fight as well. That diva girl, whatever, and that big black girl.
The big one. You're talking about the Katie Taylor fight. You're talking about Deshaun Cruz. You're talking about Deshaun Cruz versus the white woman. Yeah, you like that fight?
Who is that girl?
That's Deshaun. What you like that? You like the way she fights, right?
She's a beast. She's not ramping. Yeah. She ain't ramping.
Yeah. Deshaun Cruz. Yeah. She's good, isn't it? Yeah, she's Deshaun Cruz. So that was, no one's even talking about that fight. She became undisputed as well. That day,
and that's what I'm saying.
No one's talking about it.
What's that? The biggest weight in the women's category they're in?
Yeah, that's the biggest weight. Yeah, it's super heavyweight, super middleweight.
Yeah.
No one's even talking about Deshaun Cruz.
Because she's on such a big card that she just got.
Nah, she got caught up in it. I think I personally think no one's talking about it. I think I think the media wanted the other girl to win. That's what I thought. Yeah, I mean, she got blooded up.
Yeah. That was
Good
that was
undercard.
that was a crime scene. That was mental.
Crime scene,
Yeah.
you know. Wait, we think Joshua Buatsi versus Craig Richards, who you reckon is gonna win?
Oh, see, Buatsi,
Yeah.
he's got to be on his form, man.
Yeah.
He's got to be on his. If he's on his A game, I've got him winning. But if he's not,
Yo, I like that one now. All right, cool.
What about you? Who do you reckon?
I was Buatsi should win the fight fairly comfortable. I think he's got better pedigree. You got Tank Davis versus Romy. What do you think?
I'm not gonna lie, Rolly, he is a certified weirdo. I like him differently, you know.
He's a weirdo, isn't it?
What? He's strange.
He's from Puerto Rico though. That's how they are though.
I'm not gonna lie,
That's how
is
they
so
are. He just
strange. I don't know. I don't have to take him. Like honestly,
take him serious. You don't have to take him seriously if he's a geek, right? Innit?
Like the way how even when I've watched some of his training videos, this guy is strange. Like I don't know, man.
Yeah, Rolly sloppy though, innit? Rolly fights sloppy, bro.
Differently sloppy. He just tries to go for that knockout, take it off.
He's been with Mayweather from young. I don't even remember Cash Flow from them days. That he's been with Mayweather from young. He was one of the young boys that Roger Mayweather used to work on. So so there's a lot of guys that Roger used to work with, and he's one of them. And he just looks wild though, bro. Like this. I just don't know how he beats Tank. He's taller than Tank though, you know, because he's 5'8".
Yeah.
Tank's only like 5 foot. Tank's. I remember Tank come to London. I took a picture of Tank. Tank's like 5'4", man.
He's tiny.
Tiny, bro. But I think they might put his shoes. They put heels on his shoes to make him taller.
No.
But he hits hard, bro. He's got 26 fights with 24 knockouts.
Yeah, for his weight, it's mental.
Yeah. But Rolly's got 14 fights with 12 knockouts.
Yeah, he's got the power. He's got the power as well. I've seen the way he literally goes like.
Yeah, he throws a lot of punches, isn't it?
Differently.
Yeah. It's a good fight though. So it's a good fight there. What else we got here? I think Kambosos versus Devin Haney. How you see that fight?
I'm not gonna lie. That is a fight that I wish I could go and watch. You know, I think that's gonna be mental.
Well, Australia. Would you like to go to Australia to go watch that one?
Nah, that's what I'm saying. I wish it was here, but Haney is so skillful. It's insane, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna win though.
You don't think Haney's gonna win?
Right, not in Australia, bruv. Listen, Australia, when's the last time they had a world championship fight in Australia, bruv?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Manny Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn. And Pacquiao, people thought Pacquiao won. He didn't get it on the cards. When you fight out there,
so
bro.
You don't reckon he's gonna win?
It's getting cards. It's getting cards because Devin don't hit to knock. Devin ain't knocking him out, is he?
If he makes Kambosos a little bit silly, a couple rounds, and boy.
Yeah, he was struggling against Jorge Linares, man, the other day. But Kambosos is different. He's like the road warrior. Been to England, America. He's gone all over the places. This is his homecoming. I remember we talked about home court with Whyte. If it's close,
you
know what I'm saying?
I was watching on ESP Ringside on Instagram. They got a little clip of Kambosos. He said he's on round 27. He's still training now. He's doing round 27 at the moment.
Yeah, round 27.
Still going battle ready right now. Come and get.
Told you. Yeah. See, he's just savage. You see, the thing is, you see them saying that's what you do in professional. You do bare rounds in, you get bare rounds in. He's not really a power puncher.
Yeah,
but his conditioning is super. That's what you getting rounds in, getting some good rounds in sparring.
Yeah.
What else fights here? Well, I think I mentioned on the major ones. Arthur Bertavy versus Joe Smith Jr. That's a good fight, man.
Yeah.
We think about that fight. That's gonna be a good fight, light heavyweight.
Yeah, but I think he's gonna take it.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think
he's gonna take that one differently.
Yeah, we think Usyk versus Andy Joshua. We reckon if that fight's not made yet, what do you think will happen if that fight's made?
It depends. If Joshua comes out with that roadman mentality, saying, "Yo, like I ain't gonna be able to box this kid. I'm gonna take off his head." Maybe he's gonna win it. But if he goes in and tries to do what he does and tries to let me try outbox Usyk, it's gonna be the same outcome. But he's got to go in there like, listen, I need to punch him like out of the ring, kind of thing. Like that's the only way I see it going. Unless he says, "Yeah, I'm gonna box him," then that's just gonna be silly, man.
Yeah, he got to deal with the southpaw. Like the southpaw, Usyk is different. I think he needs to close the range and needs to come to fight. I think too, like he's allowed boxing. Boxing ain't working with that, man. You can't be trying to.
It's not working.
Nah. You got to come to fight I think you need to train to throw punches. I think if you get into a shootout with Usyk, like, see, Joshua is afraid of getting a shootout like he did with Ruiz, man. Because remember when he got in a shootout,
he got the clipped.
Yeah, but see, when he got into a shootout with Klitschko, that was perfect because Klitschko
100%.
didn't like it. Because Klitschko just likes the boxer. When Joshua fought him, it was better. But you see, Joshua against Ruiz, that Mexicans, we love a good
Do you reckon
fight.
that messed with Joshua's head a bit, that fight?
Yeah, he did.
But
It did.
since
See,
now, it's still playing on his head.
Yeah, but this is the sort of thing, as a good coach, it's a psychology. Go, listen, you don't fight with a fighter, you box with a fighter. So what did Joshua do in a rematch?
Yeah.
He boxed, right?
Yeah.
But in this fight, he's still on that mode of boxing. When he
he
wasn't
can't
needed.
He can't be.
He needs to switch up and be what he was before and fight with Usyk. So, and this is what, as you're going forward, which guy in the heavyweight division, which guy you can go with. Don't be afraid if you're going to get clipped by him. Because to me, when Usyk hit Joshua, Joshua's face looked the same. But when I see Usyk's face after the fight, and Joshua was even hitting him hard, I said, my God, what are you doing? I said, bro, you should have opened up. But I don't think Joshua planned that fight with his trainers. They came out to be cautious because of, again, maybe because Joshua got knocked down against Ruiz. We don't want that again. So now they put that. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you about being when you're knocked down. And your trainers, they try to protect you, but sometimes
it's not cutting it, man.
Nah, he ain't helping you out. Sometimes it's best to just, go in and to my whole thing is know how to hold, know how to tie up, know how to fight inside. You know what I mean? And that would negate you getting you clipped in your chin if you're hurt. You know what I mean? And that's what, and going back and bringing it all back again to Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano. That's what Katie Taylor did. She holded Amanda Serrano when she was hurt. Yeah. She seed out the round. She saw out the rest of the round. She knew she was up. She knew it was getting close. And she put a good flurry in the last round. She nearly got dropped in the way, actually.
Yeah.
But she pulled it out. She pulled it out. I don't think, even though I thought the fight was a draw, but again, this sort of thing is not, you're arguing backwards and forwards about who won, but you're just like, the rematch. But I don't know if the rematch is going to live up to it. I think the rematch is going to be one-sided. But
I think you don't know who though.
Nah, Katie is going to beat her easy this time, man. Easy. She's just gonna be on her bike, brother. Just skating around the ring. I think Amanda, only when Katie decides to stand with her, you might have an exciting round. But this time, it's like she's just gonna screw. I think Katie was a bit nervous in that fight. You know what I mean? Amanda was definitely nervous, but I think if they go to Ireland,
it's done.
Yeah. But X, man. Hey, I really enjoy you coming over, man.
Come on, coach.
If you wasn't here, I think I would have probably left a long time ago, brother. But you kept it real interesting. What's your plan? You training tomorrow, right?
Yeah. I'm training tomorrow.
All right, you keep up the hard work, yeah.
No,
hey,
cheers,
big up to the X-Man coming over, and we catch you later, bro.
Take care, coach.
All right, man. Take care. Bless. Peace. Bye. So that was the X-Man coming over. All right, so everyone in the chat, we've talked about the robbery. Was it a robbery? No, I don't think it was a robbery. But it was a great fight. And in the great words of Usher Raymond, you ain't gotta go home, you gotta get the hell out of here. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Eddie Hearn, you can there's my man Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn can say the last couple of words to see us out.
Message to all the fans watching it, wish them a Merry Christmas, and also why should they watch the fight?
You should watch this fight because this is what boxing's all about. This is about putting your O on the line. This is about putting what you believe on the line. You think you can win? Step up in the big fights and let's see it. You can talk the talk, but when the lights come on and you walk out the O2 Arena into a little ring 20 foot by 20 foot to fight another man, this is the pureness of the sport. Why boxing is the greatest sport in the world bar none. Let's build the hype, let's watch the excitement, and let's see the purity of British boxing explode and unfold February the 3rd, O2 Arena.
Thanks very much, Eddie.